Well, hello, y'all. Welcome back. We have arrived round 24 of 24 in Season 2. We are at Abu Dhabi, the Yas Marina circuit, getting ready for the final race of Season 2. Dry weather conditions for us. Let's just go ahead and get all of our remaining power unit components on the car and ready to head into qualifying. We still need 15 points if we want to try and match last season's number of 119. We are likely to come up short. Basically, we need either a singular podium or a pretty solid double points finish. I think a P5, P7 would get it done. P6, P7 I don't believe gets it done. But we did score a P8 last time out. I don't expect we're going to necessarily be contending with the top, the rest of the top 8, should there be no retirements. But we've locked ourselves quite nicely into P5 in the constructors. And at this point, we're just looking forward to seeing what the developments look like when we show up for round 1 next season after the break. But before we start thinking about Season 3, let's head into qualifying for the final race of Season 2.
Welcome along, everybody. It's the fastest day of the week, qualifying Saturday, and we're here in Abu Dhabi.
Alrighty, a sensor fault put us about 45 seconds behind schedule for our first run, but here we are out on the circuit with the engine turned up to maximum power and headed through the final corner to start our first flying lap of this qualifying session. Down into turn 1. Pretty safe and tentative on the brakes there. And now we're up the hill with the very quick little sweepers and on our way to the hairpin. Trying to learn to use this wide exit on that hairpin. Did it a few times in practice and kind of getting a feel for it. Next we're down to the chicane, using quite a bit of our battery here. Get the car slowed down. Use the outside edge of the track as much as we can here because there's a little crest as you exit that chicane that really likes to upset the car. Okay, turn off the overtake. This banked left-hand sweeper ran just a little bit wide. That front right tire got a little hot, and so he started to skid a bit. Now through this very kind of awkward couple of corners. Go till we see the exit. Keep it just inside the track limits. 2 more corners to navigate. One's flat out, and then the final corner. A little bit of banking, but a little bit of a crest on the braking zone. A 21.271 is our first lap time on the board. We are splitting the Williams currently. All right, back out on circuit. We have been shuffled down to P12 at this stage. The more important thing is we are about a half a second off of the time that Joshua did. We're about even in the first sector, about 2 to 3 tenths in the remaining sectors. So a little bit of time to find in each area. I think the time is out there. We just got to go get it. Looks like touching the entry curbing there was a partial little bit of lockup on the way into the corner, so not what we wanted to do. We have a lockup on the way into the chicane. Not really finding any improvement on the lap. There we are wide. You have some opportunity in this final little sector. It's not going to be competitive with our teammate. But we might find an improvement. Big oversteer moment, though. Yeah, we didn't even improve. Tires definitely gave up in that final sector on us. Overheated them, for sure. All right, getting ready for the final run of Season 2's qualifying. Still sitting provisional P12 on a new set of tires. Need to find a good chunk of time to be moving ourselves up the order. So we'll set ourselves up in the final corner on the power on our way down to turn 1. In we go. Found just a hair of time. Now over the sweepers. Try and be smooth with the inputs as much as possible. Only about a 10th found so far in the first part. That's okay. There's significant time to be found in the exit of that chicane, and indeed we found a couple of tenths there. Now to keep the tire kind of alive and attached, we take a tighter line through there. The awkward last couple of corners. Pitch it in on the power. Big improvement in the final sector that time. We found 8 tenths on the lap, and that gets us into the top 10.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
And we were only about half a tenth away from jumping ahead of Carlos Sainz. Lando Norris on pole position ahead of Charles Leclerc. As we'll talk about it, 23 points the gap in the race here. So we'll keep an eye and see. Essentially, Norris just needs to score pretty much any points. I think as long as it's more than 2 points. So a P9 or better. And no matter what Leclerc does, Norris will become the driver's champion. So keep an eye on that. But, of course, we have our own points that we want to score and race to get after.
It's the final chapter of the season then here at the spectacular Yas Marina circuit. It's a race where the pole sitter failed to finish in 3 of the first 4 events. A front row start here is by no means a guarantee of victory. So we go into battle once more then as we get underway at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The Yas Marina circuit is made up of 3.28 miles of track, featuring 16 corners with 2 very long straights. DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both turn 5 and turn 7 offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Antonelli, Yuki Tsunoda, and Senna, Verstappen, Piastri, Sainz, and Victor Martins, Pierce, Fernando Alonso, Alex Albon, and Stroll, Behrman, Doohan, Esteban Ocon, and Gabriel Bortoleto, Gasly, Lawson, Hadjar, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
We've got a good chance of matching our results from the last race here. Let's make sure we get the result we deserve.
All right, P10 on the grid. It's going to be the medium-hard combination, kind of as expected. I don't think there's any reason at this stage to deviate from that. We'll just get the fuel level dialed up, and we'll get to racing. Just need to bring it home, if preferably in the points. Here we go, waiting for those 5 red lights one more time in Season 2. Kind of a poor reaction time. Can you get away? Josh goes around the outside. Ooh. Alonso around the outside of us as well. Joshua has gotten a phenomenal start. We're able to lunge it up the inside of the hairpin. We're just going to have to defend. Just kind of cover the exit from Alonso. Oh, that's right. This is where one of those tracks where the AI gets an incredible run down certain straights. But we've got both cars in the points at the moment, which is a pretty good way to start the race. Joshua looks to have very good pace out ahead of me, so I may, for this race, play the blocker. And just try and slow down this pack behind me. He's got the DRS. We're going to go straight to the inside. And prepare for the re-attack. My goal here is to be a menace to Alonso and just let Joshua extend his advantage. Lower the battery deployment. Let's try and recover some battery in this slow section. Little contact between them, but getting kind of bullied by the Aston Martins there. Managed to build a nice healthy 5-second gap for Joshua to work with. I think that exit might have compromised us just enough. Oh, so you're going to drive into the side of me now, I see. I may have taken an almighty lunge. What's the lap target? 13. We might go for the undercut lap. Starting to feel the tires be a little disappointed in what's going on. Well, that was a big slide. Vehicle condition.
Systems all looking good. Head down.
It's just the tires then. Yeah, right side tires are in real bad shape now. We did buy a lot of space for Joshua, though, which I think is important. We're just significantly losing the tire wear battle. Yeah, already 40%. It's, you know, it's the tracks with that are rear limited. That's what's happening. A Ferrari in the pits already. Tires are toast. Driver in front. Yeah, I don't have any pace left. It's only a matter of time. Two seconds off the pace. Ugh. Maybe we can try and give him the same treatment we've been giving Alonso all race. Somehow we got that place back. Box this lap.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Yeah, tires are just so dead. I just don't have anything in the tires. Gonna have to make the stop. Maybe we can put in a couple good laps and undercut Alonso and hold him up from our teammate even a little bit more. Got our lovely awkward pit exit as well. We did at least come out of that big bundle of traffic. And we're pretty much up to temperature already, which is a good sign. Driver in front.
Okay, that's Hadja just ahead of you. Push hard. Time last lap, 1:28.2. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old. We think they've got one more stop.
Okay, looks like Alonso's in the pits.
Joshua's coming in for his stop.
Alonso on the move. Just ahead of him. We managed to do the undercut. Come on, battery. I know you've got enough left. Driver behind.
Gasly behind. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap, 1 minute 25.0.
Okay, Gasly has come into the pits. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like anybody else that's contending for the top 10 is going for the 2-stop. So I'm just sort of on my own against Alex here. That's going to be an easy pass for him. The true question is, can I even stay with him? Like, if I can stay in his wheel tracks for like 2 laps without having to dump a ton of battery to stay there, there's a chance for me to use a big deployment down a DRS straight and kind of go for a move. But I don't think I'm ever going to have a lap like that. Mid-corner understeer. That is multiple tenths of time lost and battery spent. I've just needed that front right to hook up. And that is the way the season is going to end. Pushing as hard as I could to try and get that point scoring position, but into the barriers we go. Just a little too much. Broken front wing, so we're just going to have to limp our way back to the pits. And that will be it for our attacking attempt. Hustled the car as much as I could the whole time. I just didn't have quite enough to stay with the car ahead. The tire wear got me and did me in. We'll probably be put a lap down by the leader, which means we'll be essentially done right now. Frustrating way to end it, but pushing as hard as I dared. Actually, by falling exactly a lap down right there, it actually locked in 13th for me. Kind of got lucky there.
And so the celebrations begin, and well-earned they are indeed. It might have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level at the very top is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. Here's the checkered flag. The fans rise to their feet. It's Lando Norris for victory.
Well, great victory today for the final race of the season, and you take that energy with you through the end of the year, through the winter break, and it's important because your team lives off of that. You want them to deliver you the best possible car for the start of next season's campaign.
It's time for our podium celebrations. And as ever in Formula One, 3 is the magic number. He holds the trophy aloft, and why shouldn't he? A richly deserved win today for Lando Norris. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. What a season it's been. I'm off to put my feet up now before it all starts again next year. Take care.
Good drive from Norris, from pole to the victory. Leclerc right there with him the whole day. Joshua scored a nice healthy 4 points, which is very nice to see for the team. We were on track to not score points anyway, so kind of a bummer to spin, but I'd rather, have that happen. Final standings, the gap ended up being 30 points as Norris grew it right at the end there. We still locked down P9, P10 in the Drivers' Championship, 72 and 36 points apiece. Sainz started to claw it back a bit there in the last couple of races, got to 27. Constructors, though, Ferrari takes the Constructors' Championship. We hold down a best of the rest, kind of in our own position, 108 points. So, what is that? 11 points shy of our Season 1 amount. But like I've been saying all season, the top 4 have been much further clear of the field than they were in Season 1.
Make of this.
What do I make of this? Sure, staff morale is essential.
Well, it looks like we've been pipped to the post by
That's
another
fine.
team. They've agreed a contract. It's
Yeah, I don't care. Dismiss. What do we got messages-wise? Points on the board. Love to see it. Development slots. We'll engage the rotors. We should be able to have everything adapted before the end of the year, though, which will be real nice. Yeah, everything's good there. Finances, did we just about make it under the cost cap? Oh boy, did we get awfully close. We got real close. Might have gone over it a smidge. But let's track activities. We can't do anything that spends money because we are like so right there. Let's do powertrain, department focus, Yeah, nothing to spend money on there. Yeah, we'll just do some department focuses. Powertrain development blitz. That's cost. I think everything else is developed, so we're good. We can just move on there. Just gonna all cost money? No, here we go. Yeah, let's greatly increase the morale in the couple departments. Yeah, why not the durability department? Do we have a merchandising push long? Let's make some money. We can sacrifice a little bit of focus now that the season's done. I think that's going to be it on those. So let's go ahead and advance on through. Please don't fail the developments. That'd be really annoying.
We've heard back on this. Thought you'd want to know.
What have we heard back about? Oh, great. We have a recruitment drive. All right, what else we got here? Messages. Yeah, that's fine. Paul Aaron. Wait, what's the other one? Was that? Oh, yeah, Alonso's retirement. Officially done for his career. Okay. Last bit of adaptations. Morale low. That's right. That still wants to be done, but we're not doing it. So where did we end up with on the progress charts here? So we did have a little bit of a raise before the end of the season. Bumped up just a little bit. But you can see, let's see, Season 1, we were kind of there or thereabouts with the rest of the grid. Obviously a big haul of points for that podium in Zandvoort helped out. We were definitely, our best result was 4th this season. A lot of 9ths and 10ths, a couple 5th places. But the gap between the haves and have-nots this year was pretty significant. Let's advance a little further. And let's finish out Season 2 and get ready to head to Season 3. So we'll do the little setups for Season 3 here. Very nice. A little good payout there. The bank is looking pretty full. Little gain to fan rating. Not a lot this year. Oh, it was counting last year's. I could have kept spending. Okay, good to know. Good to know. There's a little bug. The display's a little buggy. We did have that one pole position. 106 championship points is not bad. Not bad at all. So now let's go ahead and renegotiate all of our lovely deals. I think we've already signed a new title sponsor. It is not Xenon. So we're going to have to change up the car again. I think this is all correct. Yes, advance. Corporate, here we go. Yeah, RGB is going to be our new title sponsor. Engine supplier, we are going to stick with that Ferrari power unit. It's been quite good for us. And I will be back as I fiddle with the livery for a little bit. Stand by. Alright, so here it is, the sneak peek at the first Season 3 Challenger. Obviously, with the new title sponsor, RGB, we have no loyalty, so we get just their plain sponsors. All of our secondaries, though, we've got plenty of color to go around on this car. So, looking forward to bringing a little bit more bright red to the track. The red, the green, the blue of RGB, the title sponsor. But we've still got that metallic hint of orange in the little digital spot as well. We've put Slingshot on the rear wing. Seems appropriate to put that back there. And yeah, that is going to be the Challenger for Season 3. Let's head back out to the activities. And I think it might be time to go whole hog on some facility improvements. So let's get some of those underway. Oop, wait, hold on. 24 and 25 days. Personnel. Those got 29 days left to go. Lots of options in here. As always, we're sticking with buying whatever the cheapest or lowest day count available one is. I do think we need... Or do we have any other breakthroughs? Okay. Durability breakthrough. Chassis breakthrough. Those will be the two that we get improvements underway with. What's workforce looking like? Yep. 311 and 528. We are maxed out on corporate, so we're going to need to get them up. But that looks good there. Drivers, of course, we have Victor and Joshua. Looks like Paul, Aaron. Oh, this is where we can look and see who's on what team. Driver market. Leclerc. Or driver lineup. That's what. Nope. I want driver market. Leclerc is still in Ferrari. Oh, I know there's a better place to look at this. There's a better place. Results. There we go. Here's where you can look. So, Lando Norris still with Mercedes. Leclerc with Ferrari still. Senna still with McLaren. Max still with Red Bull. So the Ferrari lineup does not change. The Mercedes lineup does not change from last year. The Red Bull lineup does not change. Carlos Sainz goes into the other seat of the McLaren. It looks like there is now no longer an Oscar Piastri on the grid. Gabriel Bortoleto moves into the Aston seat. I'll take over from the retiring Fernando Alonso. Ocon in the Haas. I believe that means Behrman is out compared to last year. Josep Maria Marti is in the Sauber, so that's another change to the grid as well. Yeah, because we had Ocon and Behrman in the Haas last year, and now it's Paul Aaron in there. So a few new drivers onto the grid. Carlos Sainz moved from Williams. So what changed in Williams? Alex Albon. Oh, Oliver Behrman is still on the grid. He's now in Williams. Okay, cool. Messages. Season start rate. Yeah. Driver contract. Yep. Okay. Research and development. That's fine. No. Just no. Completed research is done there. We're waiting for a breakthrough. Anything to do in here? Okay. So research, we're kind of where we're gonna be. We lost one upgrade. It was that rotor. But we only have to develop one of them. It'll be done before the start of the season. Nothing else really in process. Do we get an idea of where we are at? So it looks like McLaren is starting at the top of the tables. We're kind of flat. We've maintained almost everything. Everybody else is kind of taking a dip down. Yeah, we'll see if we can start catching up to the top teams in that regard. I think I set all the... Oh, no. Activities need to be set. So let's pump title sponsor loyalty. We're going to need that pretty quick. Franchise tour. And owner experience. Let's have a little self-reflection, eh? Okay. So what do we have options for? Sure, let's do that. Let's do... I mean, we have so much research points. Okay, that's pretty much all we're going to be able to fit there. Yes, driver training. We want that focus up very high. Early driver talks, we'll get them underway. Test sessions to keep the focus high. Okay. Title sponsor loyalty. Title sponsor loyalty. Fan rating and secondary discovery chance. And yeah, secondary discovery chance. Well, I guess we can do the media tour anyway. Okay. Lots of things that we've set up here for Season 3. Let's advance and get ourselves on the way to the start of our racing season. We might have to do manual math
The
if...
sponsor sees potential in us and wants to explore a partnership.
Go to event. Oh, nice. New secondary sponsor. I may have to make some adjustments to the decals, but that's fine. What else we got messages-wise? Cash reserves, that's fine. That's the research that we expect. One moment, I'm going to throw that new sponsor on. There you go, new sponsor Echo, right on the nose there. I actually had left an open slot, so easy peasy enough to get the new sponsor on the car and making some additional cash. Okay, let's continue to advance. Lots of activities are getting
interested
complete.
in backing our team.
Oh, we're rocking and rolling now. Equinox. Ooh, I like that. That's a good secondary sponsor. Same thing. We'll get it on the car. Where we'll put it on the car? Don't know. We'll find out. Do I have any open slots hiding around here? I don't think I do. Let's put it on the side of the halo. Hold on. Delete. Nope. Okay, new secondary sponsor, Equinox. Oh, cool. We got this nice little arrow motif. Boosh. Blow it up a bit. Get it kind of aligned. Slightly rotated because the halo curves. There we go. Keeping those secondary sponsors a-coming. As always, the preparation for a new season takes more time because there's so much to get set up.
Boss, we've got interest. There's a sponsor looking to work with us.
Oh, so many sponsors. 1872 Zinetto. We will also involve them on the car.
Hey, Chief. Just a reminder to kick off some research projects.
Don't tell me what
Don't
to
wanna fall
do,
behind our
Hartman.
rival.
But I think we're still waiting for lots of stuff. Oh, one day before the breakthroughs. Like, we almost got there. Ooh, finish the personnel developments. Okay, keep that going. All right, got some more stuff set up. I just want to take a look both at finances. What does cost cap say? There's no arrow, which is not encouraging. But so it essentially says we started at just shy of 138. And we're expecting to spend 135 more. So call it 260 is when we'll start worrying. All right, last customization, last decal. Where do we want to put this last one? Let's put it. Let's put it. Yeah, we'll put it here. We'll put it in the little hidden wishbone section. Because they're a new sponsor and they're, you know, not fancy yet. They'll eventually be fancy, but for now, they get to hang out with the suspension. There we go. Sainetto. Now we got ourselves a car. Ready for the Australian Grand Prix coming up. It's the first race of the season. Wonderful. Well, thank y'all for bearing with me for the Season 3 setup. Thank y'all for joining me for the conclusion to Season 2. But I will catch you guys next time. Y'all have a good one. Peace.